And this is a follow-up here on the Poulan Weedeater garden tiller that I showed recently. I've cleaned this up and we're just going to do a basic tune-up on this today. We're going to put a new spark plug in it, a new air filter, and we're going to change the oil in this as well. And this cleaned up really nice. This garden tiller is in great shape. Got a 5 horsepower horizontal shaft Briggs & Stratton engine on it. It needs to be run some, but it's got the original spark plug air filter in it, and it's still got about a half a tank of old gas. But it cleaned up really nice. It's about 15 years old, I was told. Weedeater VIP, 5 horsepower. It's got VIP, it's got to be good, and it has a reverse on this front tine tiller. So we're going to first start by starting this up and let this warm up really well, and we're going to change the oil in this, and afterwards we're going to go ahead and put a new air filter, and we got a new Eco Clean Champion spark plug replacement. So let's get it started. And let's see how well this will start today. I'm going to put this on choke, and this throttle is sticking a little bit. We're going to have to put a little bit of oil on this. Give it a little bit of throttle. There we go. Sticking a little bit. And let's give it a start here. That noise is the breaker bar back here. Certainly nothing on the engine. It kind of does this revving up and down a bit. Let's see if the tune-up will help it. Warm up, and then we're going to change the oil. And this should be warmed up pretty well now. Go ahead and cut this off. And we're going to get us an oil pan here, and we're going to remove this drain plug. And we're just going to tilt this up, and we got our oil pan here, and that is our drain plug. I've already got it loose, so we're going to go ahead and take that out and let this oil drain. And we got some hot oil here, and there we go. Let that sit there and drain. That oil plug looks clean, so that's a good sign. It doesn't look like it's sludged up. And the old oil has now been drained out of this 5 horsepower Briggs & Stratton engine on this Weedeater garden tiller. Got the drain plug back in. Now we'll take the oil filler cap off and put a funnel in there, and we will fill it back up with fresh oil. We're putting the good stuff in there. And we're going to fill this up with fresh oil. And you fill this until oil starts coming out of the fill area, and then we can put the oil filler cap back on. And we're going to change the air filter next. We got 2 screws here that need to come out to get to the air filter, and we'll put a brand new one in this Briggs & Stratton engine. And the screws are out. This cover should come right off, and that's our original air filter in here. Notice when I first looked at this, we're going to clean the inside of this cover off before we put a new air filter in here. And this is pretty stained here. I tried cleaning this, but it will not clean up. I'm going to go ahead and put our new air filter in here and put the air filter cover back on. And that's going to complete our air filter replacement. And this is the original spark plug in this 5 horsepower Briggs & Stratton engine. This is RJ19LM. Actually still looks pretty good. And this is the new replacement here. It replaces an RJ19LM. And it's the newer Echo Clean spark plug by Champion, they call it. Should be pre-gapped to 0.030. But I got my gap tool. We're going to double check that and make sure before we put that in. And if this comes out, that is our gap. 0.030. It was already pre-gapped in the box. And you can see a little bit of difference in these newer Echo Clean spark plugs. Underneath the electrode looks a little bit different than the original one. It's supposed to burn more fuel efficient, they say. Cleaner. And we got our new spark plug in. Just need to put the boot on there. And now we can give it a start. So let's give it a start here. I've made some adjustments to this. Put some penetrating oil on the linkage, which was really sticking, as well as a choke. Also put some penetrating oil within this recoil, which wasn't extracting back like it should. And also made a minor adjustment to this mixture screw. Just turned this out a little bit. It was revving up and down some, and that seems to have corrected it. Doesn't have much gas in here. Let's see if I can burn out all this old gas first before adding fresh in there. So let's give it a start here. New spark plug, new air filter, and change the oil. I'm not sure if I need to choke this. Try a little bit. And that runs much better now. Not revving up and down like it was. Sounds really good. Listen to that engine idle down, running great. That's how a 5 horsepower Briggs & Stratton engine should sound. Should be able to idle it right down. Smooth as silk. Not bad for 15 plus years old or older. And it's VIP. Could idle a little bit more here. That's about as far as it'll go. Very nice tiller. Got many more years of life in it.